Today we're going to be using Brass and Soul, a collaboration between Zaharoff and Gentleman's Nod. Coming right up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host John, aka Lather Hog, and we have a travel shave for you today. I brought some new products along with me for this trip, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my first impressions on a recent collaboration between Zaharoff and Gentleman's Nod, and this is called Brass and Soul. Specifically, Brass and Soul is part of the Z Creator series. This was a collaboration with some fragrance YouTubers, and Brass and Soul is from a YouTuber called Fresh Productions. Justin over there does a great job. Highly recommend his channel, and I'll be putting a link to his channel down in the description below if you're interested in checking out his content. Before I forget, I do want to disclose that Brass and Soul was provided to me as a gift by Gentleman's Nod. So if you prefer not to watch a video covering, free product, gift product, totally understandable. Feel free to move on. With that out of the way, let's take a closer look at the soap. I will say that the labels for all of the Creator series are very interesting. The fact that they're playing into the personalities and likes of the various YouTubers. Music is a big part of Stay Fresh Productions. Justin over there plays the trumpet, so it makes some sense that music becomes an element. Obviously, the name Brass and Soul, a lot of music references there. There's a nice side label, and the colors are minimalistic. The brass kind of copper metallic kind of look to it. It might be a little hard to pick up on camera against a matte black. So very classy. And if we screw off the top, you can see the fresh pour right here. This is featured in the updated Cardinal base, which is a tallow base from Gentleman's Nod. I don't believe I've used this updated formula yet, so that'll also be something that we're observing today. And let's take a step off the tub. Wow, so that's a very robust scent, very pleasant scent. I would say this is probably around 7 out of 10 in terms of scent strength. We'll get more into the scent, but it's strong. I think this, it's very easy to like, just right out of the gate. And also, let me show you, it's a fairly firm soap as well. So, we'll get back to this in just a little bit, but let me show you the rest of the shave. For my razor today, we're going once again with the Blackland Vector Titanium. I'm very curious how this will do. I have about 4 or 5 days worth of beard growth, so it'll be interesting to see how this deals with that much beard growth, the efficiency at the end and whatnot. For my brush today, I'm going with the West Coast Shaving Infinity Brush. Synthetic knot is always a plus as far as travel goes. Easy drying times. This one's just also one of my favorites. It has a 26mm Abyss knot in it. Looks very similar to like a Boss or Game Changer synthetic knot, if you guys are familiar with those. Oh, here's the coin at the bottom, also a very attractive coin. And lastly, for the post shave, we're going with the Pacific Shaving Company Caffeinated Aftershave Balm.
If you'd like to help the channel, please like, share, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. These are all easy ways to support and grow the channel if you're enjoying what you're watching. Also, I want to invite you guys to check out the Lather Talk Discord to interact with fellow wet shaving enthusiasts, listeners of the Lather Talk podcast, and just all around cool people.
Alright, so I've got the Proto Lather applied here as a pre-shave. Brush is loaded up. Let's get into the shave. Alright, so as I am building up this face lather, there are quite a few notes in this scent, Brass and Soul. Let me post for you right now the note breakdown. So given that extensive list, it's a thing where you're not going to be really picking out each individual note, maybe a note or two here. I will say it is very well blended. My first sniff was this is very likable. It's a very modern scent, modern cologne type scent in that there's sweetness present, there's some warmth to the scent. There's even something that's giving me a slight aquatic vibe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is, because when I read the note breakdown, I would think this is a richer, almost cool weather scent. But I think just what I'm getting as I'm doing the face lather is something that's probably appropriate for all seasons. Yeah, I don't see myself limiting the use of this scent because if it might be too screechy in the high heat or too light in the cool weather. I think this can hold its own in any season. That being said, I think there's like a playful nature to this scent, to this blend, that makes me think this is a good date night fragrance or going out evening frag. It's not overly abrasive, or there's nothing to it that would prevent me from using this during the daytime or anything like, or a more casual setting. Really, what I'm trying to convey to you guys is what's the imagery that's popping in my head as I sit with this scent, and just where I think, in that imagery, where it best fits in, what scenarios, what environments. Maybe it's that whole music thing where it's like, oh, you're at a jazz club, you're watching some live music. It's probably the evening. You probably have a cocktail in hand, maybe your favorite beer. That's the kind of context I'm envisioning spelling this scent in. Alright, so we're lathered up here, have a nice, dense, creamy lather. I will say that this soap could handle a good deal of water. Possibly could handle even more, but let's just give it a go and get right into it. Working with 4 to 5 days worth of beard growth here. It's a good sign that the razor is rinsing off cleanly. If you guys are ever wondering if your lather could use more hydration, if you find your razor, whether that be whatever kind of razor you're using, double edge, single edge, if it's difficult to rinse off, it's a good chance that the lather is probably too pasty. Given the amount of beard growth, I think I'll have to do quite a bit of rinsing today. I hope you guys are doing well. I know some folks, for those parents out there, your kids have gone back to school already. In the Northeast, school doesn't start up again until after Labor Day, so we are at the tail end of summer at this point. And given just, to stay safe during this pandemic time, I do feel like we really packed in a lot of family visits this summer, given all the restrictions from the pandemic, and just wanted to see both sets of families for me and my wife. So added an extra trip here to New York, but no reason, given that it's a drive down and not too long of a drive, I can at least pack up a bunch of shave gear that I want to shoot videos with, and to be able to bring that to you guys, despite not having all my regular setup and being in a different bathroom and whatnot. Here we have a little mirror to mirror action, kind of a little infinite effect going on. But in the end, shaving still needs to be done. Might as well enjoy the process, and so here we are. All right, so the first pass went off very nicely. I will say the Vector did a great job knocking down that amount of hair. I also did want to mention that Brass and Soul came, or it's available in a gift set that comes with a bath bar, a small candle, and the aftershave balm in the same scent. And as with my past experiences with Gentleman's Nod, they do a great job on the packaging of both the products themselves as well as these gift boxes that they put together. As I mentioned earlier, Brass and Soul is one of 3 soaps that Zaharoff and Gentleman's Nod have collaborated on. And I believe each one, also the perfumer, the nose behind the scent, is a different perfumer. And just being curious on all these scents, Gentleman's Nod was kind enough to include samples of both the Siren and Business or Pleasure, the other 2 scents. If there's interest in covering those two scents, even though it's just a sample, it'll be, I don't think samples necessarily give you the full impressions of what a full tub of soap could be. I can still at least share with you my impressions of the scent. If you're interested in that at all, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to at least whip up a short video covering either one or both of those scents. All right, now let's go for the second pass. All right, so really nice 2-pass shave, nice and simple. We'll keep it simple. I will admit that I'm lacking a little sleep today, so I might be a little loopy. Either way, really enjoyable shave. Quick recap: the updated Cardinal base. Really thick creamy lather. It could take a good amount of water. I would say it is a fair amount of thirst. Not like super duper thirsty, but at the same time, this soap is fairly firm. I do know that I think there was a version of the Cardinal base that might have been either too soft or just required a little more time and effort for the lather. Today, even with edits and whatnot, it was a fairly easy lather to put together, other than dialing in the amount of water. I didn't have to load the brush like extremely hard or anything like that. It's been a while since I used Cardinal, but really no issues whatsoever. I think it really hangs with some of my favorite soaps. Just even as I'm just observing the post-shave feel right now after the shave, it feels very luxurious. The lather starting to follow a trend that a lot of the top, shave soap makers are going with right now. That low structure, low volume, dense, creamy, yogurty lather. So yeah, really enjoyed that. We're gonna finish off though with the Pacific Shaving Company Aftershave Balm. Just to wrap things up. Get that on there, pea-size amount. As far as the scent of Brass and Soul, besides saying it's very enjoyable, that it's got a lot going on. Again, it's a warm, inviting scent. There's something about it though that is sweet and slightly aquatic as well. I'm gonna sniff off the tub again. It has a passing resemblance to Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua. I think because I used that recently, and that's a great spring-summer scent. It's got, I don't know, it's just what my nose is picking up. I'll have to compare, after the video is done, I'll compare the notes, but I always like try to give a reference point, and if you smelled Invictus Aqua or anything similar, because that's a very kind of popular style of fragrance, that's kind of the category that Brass and Soul falls into. It's not a 1-for-1 by any means, but again, if we need a reference point, I would say it's in that realm of Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua. Now, I also want to hear from you guys, especially those who really enjoy the fragrance side of the shaving hobby. Was this Brass and Soul or any of the Zaharoff collaboration with Gentleman's Nod, was that on your radar? If you picked any up, let me know which one you picked up and what your impressions were down in the comments below. And with that said, that's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your busy day for joining me for today's shave. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.